I get bit it. You're coming out. I get nervous.
Okay,
we have this.
Fine.
We have
what
this.
Are you covering it up with?
With those, you have these in Britain. It's called the septic. When men
we
shave and they cut
we
themselves,
just bleed.
you guys bleed. You're tough that way. Yeah. So we're friends, and yet I feel like you don't need my help anymore. You're up here in the stratosphere, right?
I still need you.
Really?
Yeah. You know. How do you think the second album did so well?
It did well, right? Because you came here and campaigned again here. Yeah. Now let me ask you something. You call yourself the anti-diva. I kind of agree with that. But why do you call yourself the anti-diva?
Actually, I didn't, but everyone else does.
But other people call you the anti-diva. No.
I'm trying.
No, but you're not much of a diva, are you?
I don't want much, but I like, I'd like to try it for a day.
Yeah. And what do these divas do? They demand a lot of things?
I don't know. What do divas do? I always thought they just sort of sung loud.
They say, they sing loudly. They belt it out and show off their pipes. But do you? But do you show off their pipes? Their pipes. They're singing. Anywho, backstage at a concert, do you demand certain things in your dressing room? Besides the silly ping pong table, do you demand anything?
Yeah, the ping pong table. I had a phase of like throwing jokes onto the rider just to see whether we get them.
Oh, that's cool.
So we try stuff like cherries with the stones taken out, or an elephant, or just something.
No. You guys really did an elephant?
We got a lot of stuff. We didn't get the elephant. I got a lot of small elephants.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the real thing, which I'm a little upset about.
Wait. So where were you? Where was this concert at that you were requesting this?
Oh, I've had I do it all the time. If I get bored, I just put something on the rider just to see if anyone's noticing that I'm changing.
Oh, really? And do they know you're joking, or they think you're serious?
Well, no, they think I'm serious because the things start arriving.
Oh my
the cherries
God.
with the stones taken out. I asked once for a Barbie in the local costume, a Barbie doll in the local costume, and I turned up in Maine, and in my dressing room there was a Barbie in a lobster.
Classic.
She had this like really cool lobster dress on.
Right.
And it was awful because they were like, "We did the Barbie for you," and I was like, "Great," just thinking, when did I put that on the rider?
Well, I'm thinking you're putting them through all this work. Mm-hmm. You're just doing it to take the piss out, right? To joke with them, right?
Yeah, but it's fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not nice.
Okay.
But if you really want, why don't you think what you really want? Because you could get some really cool things instead of the silly. You're just putting it and making them jump through hoops and doing this. Think of something cool.
For crack and whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I knew that's how she writes her music, with the crack. Now. Do you like being recognized in public? Are you recognized a lot in public?
I am, but I'm also not. I've worked out how to sort of walk around without being recognized. And also, a lot of people come up and they're like, "Wow, you really look like Dido." Because I'll be on the bus or be somewhere where they're not expecting to see me. So they're like, "Oh, has anyone ever told you look so like her?" And I'm like, "Thank you, she's great."
That's funny.
Totally.
That's good.
And yeah, I've had that. I've had people saying, "Wow, is your name spelled like the singer?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. Depending on who they are, I tell them I'm me.
Right.
If it's some like freaky old guy, I'm like, no,
never
heard of her. And if it's a kid, I wouldn't lie. Do you know
wouldn't
what I
lie
mean?
to the
kids.
kids.
It's actually always the kids that are more definite. The adults come up and they're like, "You really look like Dido," but I'm not sure. The 5-year-olds come up and they're like,
"Yeah, they
Dido."
know. They can see. They can see. But I heard that you did this on occasion. If you want to say, "No, I'm not. I'm actually a prostitute." Yeah, I read that. Is that?
No, that's the answer to the "what do you do" question.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be somewhere and they go, "What do you do?" And I think, well, I can get away with really not being me tonight, so this is cool. And it's just embarrassing to say I'm a pop star,
Yeah.
It's just like...
You don't have to say you're a pop star. You can say I'm a singer.
It's more fun to say you're a pop star.
Okay. Right. But have you said to anybody I'm a prostitute? Because
yes.
I've said that. Like,
I have said that.
I say that sometimes.
The two things that are guaranteed to cut a conversation dead and get rid of whichever person is asking is I'm a prostitute or I'm an accountant.
Oh, yeah. Very boring, very boring. Now, they recognized you in an Italian restaurant? Is that right?
Oh, no, that was...
was that in Italy, or where were you?
Yeah,
Spain?
it wasn't even in a restaurant. It was in the middle of a town square in the middle of this event called the Palio, which is like this ancient horse race in Siena.
And you were...
And I'd been sitting there. No, I'd been sitting there with friends the whole day.
Yeah.
And we were eating in this sort of with thousands of people. And I didn't think anyone would recognise me. I heard the odd phone ring of one of my songs, but didn't think anything of it. Yeah. And then suddenly the whole square started singing "Thank You." It was the weirdest thing, and I was literally sitting there, salami in my mouth, sort of like, you know, just like, and I ran. I just ran away.
Ran away. I'm a prostitute. Leave me alone. So here's an interesting. I don't like talking about money with people, but you were listed in England as one of the 100 richest women in England, number 97, which is, by the way, when you saw what they said she was worth, it was considerable. It was a lot.
It was, wasn't it? I was very surprised.
And how much they said you were worth?
Yeah, my mum called and she was like, I had no idea. I was like, nor did I.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, they exaggerate that a lot. I think they just, I keep ending up in those lists, and I just think they like putting pictures of girls in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they just make stuff up, and then your mum and dad call, and they're like, wow, you know.
Yeah, maybe the record company's keeping all of it.
Yeah,
I
mean, somebody's obviously keeping some of it, but I'm not doing bad.
Have you bought like a country home or anything? Or?
No, I bought my house, and that's it.
In London?
Yeah.
Is the press there as bad as people say?
Yeah, I mean, every day I wake up and I don't even read the papers, but people call me and they're like, you're dating a 19-year-old footballer, and I'm like, great.
Yeah.
You know, just it's absolutely constant, and the stuff I read about myself, I mean, all of it's funny to me.
So it doesn't bother you because some of these other people, like John Cleese and even I read David Bowie, these guys are like, they're sick of it. They can't go there anymore. The press is so, they're almost cruel, aren't they, the press?
Yeah, they can really turn on you, so you sort of have to, you know, be nice. But, you know, it is nice to get away from it and not feel that sort of oppressive thing that every time you leave the house you're going to get photographed.
So when you leave the house, are there people taking pictures?
No, you never see them.
Oh, you never? Wow.
No, you just see the pictures. It's really strange. You know,
how does a celebrity pick their nose then? Because, you know, you go outside, you don't know where the cameras are, because when I want to pick my nose, I make sure I'm walking around outside picking my nose. But, so all they say is that they romantically link you with footballers?
Oh, they do everything. I'm scared of bananas. I'm going out with 19-year-old footballers. I'm, you know, this, that, and the other. I mean, it's absolutely endless and always wrong, which I sort of like, because they just never really find out anything that's right.
Right. So it doesn't bother you, but it bothers other people.
Yeah, I only don't like it if it starts affecting the lives of my friends and family, or they start photographing, or no one will come out with me anymore because they don't want to get photographed.
Right. We should point out that the footballer is he's like 25, right?
Oh, is he?
I don't know. All right, stay with us. 5 questions, and we come back with Dido.